One of the first things I realized soon after my husband died was that some of the people that cared about me were going to say some really unhelpful and even hurtful things. Maybe you've experienced that too. I remember thinking, you really just didn't say that to me, did you? Or how could you imagine that what you just said helped me? So let's take a look at why this happens and understand that first. Many people haven't lost someone close to them. They haven't experienced grief, and they know nothing about it. And society hasn't taught them anything about it either. So they don't understand at all. They just don't get it. Secondly, people hate to see you hurting and in pain. They aren't comfortable with that, so they want to fix it. So they try to say something that they think is going to make you feel better, when they usually often say things that make us feel worse. Have you heard any of these things? It's just going to take time. They're in a better place. At least you have other children. God will never give you more than you can handle. At least they had a long life. I don't think you're grieving right. You need to read this book or do this. Isn't it time to get rid of their things? You should start dating again. It's time for you to move on. I know how you feel. Any of these sound familiar? I tell people anything that starts with at least should never be said. Some of the ones that I heard a few times actually about my husband were, well, at least he went fast. At least you had a good marriage. Or he must have done what he needed to do on earth and so God took him now. Really? Is that helpful? Even if there's truth in these comments, they don't help us because grief is all about the heart. It's not about the head. So those truthful comments don't help. There are two things I'd like you to consider when you get disappointed or frustrated with these people: their intention and their past. Most people really care about you and they don't want to see you hurting, and they're uncomfortable with your pain. So they say stupid things, not realizing that they're stupid. But usually, their intentions are good. Before you write them off or think about how insensitive they are and get bitter and resentful, I'd like you to remember if they'd been there for you in the past when you needed them. And I'm sure that many of them have. Maybe some haven't been, and maybe some are toxic people, and those relationships maybe you shouldn't continue with. But I bet a lot of the people who might be letting you down have been there for you in the past. But grief is something foreign to them, so they may really let you down here. If they've been there for you in the past, please keep that in mind as you react to them. They may need some grace. And you can help them out by kindly telling them what you need, or that what they are saying or doing isn't helpful, if you want to share that. Don't feel like you have to educate everyone on grief, as it can be exhausting, but maybe you can help those that are closest to you. The other thing that really helped me with this, because I did get irritated and wounded, I'll be honest with you, I really did. But what helped me was remembering how I responded to grieving people prior to the death of my husband. I would have said and done many of the things my friends and family did. I avoided people because I didn't know what to say, and I thought they weren't getting over it fast enough. I really was horrified at myself for thinking that way. And I'll tell you, I called quite a few people up and apologized to them because I realized I wasn't there for them when they needed me. But how can someone understand until they've experienced this depth of pain? You know it's unexplainable until you've been there. I recommend, if you can, to find a couple of close people to share your heart with. That's great if you can do that. The rest of those around you, you may decide to guard yourself a bit and not share everything and lower your expectations of them and not be as sensitive to their words or actions. You're going to have to figure out what's best for you. This is also why I love good support groups, where you can be in a community of people who can relate and you can be raw and honest with. One of my favorite things that we did in my grief support group, and we do this often in my grief recovery groups, is we share stupid comments people have said to us and we laugh because we're in it together. Yes, they're terrible comments, but we're just trying to outdo each other with the dumb things that people say to us, and it really was kind of humorous. It's shocking to hear what comes out of people's mouths. Your support system is important because you're going to need support for a long time, and we can't expect our friends to always get us or be there. They can tire out over time because, grieving is going to last for quite a while. So we need to have various means of receiving support. So make sure you look at developing your own grief toolkit, and we help you put that together with this program so we can find ways to give you the support that you need. You can create your own support plan. Check out our episode on the grief letter, because that's another great way to help your friends understand and support you, and also our episode on what to say to others. There are so many things you can do to help your friends and family understand and help you. Please don't wait for them to get it. Stepping stones. If friends or family have let you down, why do you think that is? Is it because they don't care? Or is it because they don't understand? Or because they feel so awkward? Think about that. Are there people who are letting you down that have always been there for you in the past? They're more than this one letdown. Please look at the whole relationship. How did you respond to grieving friends prior to your loss? Are there any toxic people around you that are causing you pain? These relationships may need reevaluating. Your reflection. How can we expect people to understand something they don't understand? Look at their hearts and help them help you by kindly sharing what you need. Don't assume they should or would get it on their own. I know I didn't. Thanks for listening. From my heart to yours.